exhibition in Paris at the Petit Palais was the most comprehensive look at the late Yves Saint Laurent's couture and PRET-A-PORTER work ever to be shown to the public. It encompassed Saint Laurent's career from his days at Christian Dior in the 1950s until his final haute couture show in 2002.
It's a huge exhibition. There are over 300 objects in it, and I think that it kind of explores his sort of engagements that really, in many instances, lasted through his career, or certainly through several decades.
The exhibition groups the collections around various themes. One room highlighted the many pieces inspired by art and artists like Van Gogh, Mondrian, and Matisse. Saint Laurent was also enormously influenced by exotic locations.
You know, it's the kind of things that interested him, like the sort of exoticism of, well, the Maghreb and Morocco in particular, where of course he had two houses in Marrakesh and Tangier, and of India and of China and Russia and Spain.
Loyal clients was Catherine Deneuve, and one section of the exhibit was dedicated to her and features the Belle du Jour costume from the 1967 film. Saint Laurent's studio was also recreated within the Petit Palais, while parts of his workbooks lined the walls of another room to display his brilliant talent and skill with a palette. It's often said that Chanel gave women freedom and Saint Laurent gave them power. He did this by combining elements of the man's wardrobe with elegant sensuality.
I think, you know, that he was a great tailor, that he was a great dressmaker, that he kind of inherited the tradition of great mid-century haute couture, you know, as an apprentice and eventually the designer at Christian Dior, you know. And then he married that to having a real spirit of what was happening in the contemporary world in the 60s and the idea of rebellion and empowering women, and he bridged this extraordinary chasm in a way with the most sort of elegant bridge. And obviously that, you know, he was just an absolutely, you know, a man of protean talent, you know, in so many areas. The work is just, I think, astonishing. You know, there are sort of some magical moments. There's a section of clothes that he designed to be worn to Marie-Anne de Rothschild's Proustian ball in the early 70s, and that is kind of that's an area that kind of deals with his imagination. And Proust was obviously a writer and a great cultural force that influenced him a lot.
One of Saint Laurent's most recognizable silhouettes came from a 1971 collection that would be damned by the press and criticized for making women look like World War II prostitutes during the German occupation. This haute couture collection would actually go on to be one of his most influential. But it wasn't just his masculine stylings that revolutionized the way contemporary fashionable women dressed.
Even things like, you know, the Russian collection with those amazing dirndl skirts, which totally transformed the way women wanted to look in 76. I think he was an amazing innovator, and it's fantastic that the flame is being so carefully guarded, making sure that new generations are kind of aware of his talent and the enduring influence of his work.
Yves Saint Laurent died in 2008 of brain